Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Lemon Branch Travels. Thank you so much for being here. We are so glad that you're here. Today, we are going to head off and have just an adventure. We're going to see just what happens as we head to Animal Kingdom. Our plan is Animal Kingdom, then over to Hollywood Studios. Maybe we'll head back to Magic Kingdom. I don't know. We're just here just to have fun, and this is a day of no agenda. So, you know those days at Disney when you just don't have an agenda, but you just want to absorb it and have fun? Well, that's what we're doing today. So come with us and we'll just see what we get into. Okay, you guys, we had a complete change of plans. We were on the 4 heading down to Animal Kingdom and saw all the Disney Springs signs and realized we had to stop here at Disney Springs. This is our last chance to actually stop here because we have too many plans later the rest of the trip. So we are jumping off to Disney Springs, and like I said, this is one of those things where it is so nice having a day like this where you just like whatever happens, and it's nice to have structure. It's nice to have plans, and I'm all about that. We are huge planners here in our family, but every once in a while, it is so fun to just have a day to just like, whatever happens, you know, just kind of carefree and just see what happens. So anyway, we are now just here at, I'm just looking for the rest of my party. Oh, they're coming. Anyway, yeah, so let me show you, absolutely beautiful day here at Disney Springs. You got that helium balloon up there in the sky. It's so pretty here. There's something about the way the sun shines here. And I think it has to do with being close to the water, maybe it's because it's closer to the equator than where we live, but seriously, the sun shines a whole lot different. In fact, there's a song, right? You know what I'm talking about, there's something about the sunshine baby. It's different in California, it's different in Florida, it's different in Hawaii, it's different in these tropical places. And it's just a more vibrant color, and I love it. It is so pretty. It is definitely going to be another warm day, and there is threats of thunderstorms again this afternoon. So we're just going to enjoy the weather this morning because it is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, it is hot, so just know it's going to be hot and hydrate. That's the key. All right, we're going to just see some of the stores that we need to head into. Might just find some fun things along the way. Just see what happens. All right, we are clear back in Giraffe. One thing that I always do, and I know I've vlogged about this almost every time I come, it's almost like I'm obsessed about it, but when you park, we're clear back in Giraffe, aisle 229. So if you get on the My Disney Experience app, sometimes it'll automatically prompt you and just come up and say car locator. If not, you can go down through the menu, you'll see, just scroll down, you'll find car locator. It's called car locator, and when you pull it up, by GPS it'll just kind of find exactly where you're at. Sometimes it's dead on if you're at your vehicle, but a lot of times I'll jump out and just start walking because I get so excited. But when you get to the end of the aisle, see how it says that's Dinosaur 222. This one over here is Dinosaur 221. Anyway, on that car locator, all you have to do is it'll automatically bring up the section that you're in, and if it's not, you can change it to, like, if say it brought up Giraffe and this is Dinosaur, you can change it to Dinosaur and then just change to the aisle. But what I love about doing that is now I don't even have to think about it, because me and numbers sometimes don't mix, and sometimes my brain will transpose numbers too throughout the day, and then I'll forget where we're parked. So I always do the car locator. Okay, so here you're walking into Animal Kingdom. Now, every time I see this sign, and I know you guys all know this, you've heard this before, but we walk into this sign. Right there in the middle, you got the elephant, it says Disney's Animal Kingdom. Off to the right side, you have a dinosaur. And then over to the left, it's a dragon. Now, that dragon was because those were the 3 areas when Disney first had plans to open this park. They had plans to do like this fantasy Dragonland, but it never came to fruition. So that just still stays on the sign here all these years. And now, of course, that area is Pandora. There's the tree. The beautiful tree. And did you know that those are not real leaves? I'm sure you did know this. That tree, fun fact about that tree, is that design is actually similar to an oil rig. They took the idea of an oil rig, they flipped it upside down because it needs to withstand the hurricane winds. So since that's a completely 100% man-made tree, it's actually like an upside down oil rig. And they build it around that same concept, and then I can't remember how many millions of leaves there are up there, but they are all fake leaves. So we're having this discussion this morning on the way here, that when this first opened back in 1998, I could have sworn that this was the hottest park, because back when it opened, you know, we would always come here like in August, and either August or September, and then they started doing the free dining plan, and then we would always come at the first or second week of September. And our kids were little, and they were just in the little elementary school, so we would just take them out because we knew it wasn't going to be that big of a deal. So we did that several years in a row. However, it was always super, super hot. So when this park first opened, we thought it was the hottest of all the 4 parks. And I don't know why we thought that. We just kept thinking that when we come here, it always seems like we just got so hot. But I think I disagree. The older I get, the more I realize that there's so many more trees here, so many more places of shade. And unlike Epcot yesterday, we were just exposed to the sun and just kind of frying. However, my theory has changed. I think that this is not as hot a park because of all the trees. Now, my son did make the comment. Braxton said, hey, I think it's because all the trees are now way more mature. Now that could have been. That could very well be. So anyway, tell me what you think. Which is the hottest park? What do you think is the hottest park? Is there such a thing, or are they just all blame hot? They're probably just all hot. All right, this gives you an idea of some of the crowds here. It is definitely a summer day, and there is just lots of people everywhere. I walked into one of these shops to just get a little bit of air conditioning and cool, and this is some of the merch that you can get. Yeah, some of these elephants that you can hang up on your wall. They got a couple different new things that way. See some of this other merch over here. Some of this they've had for a minute. Like these hoodies are cute. Those are cute hoodies. The sequins are really in right now. Lots of shirts that have sparkles. It's really cool. There's some of the African stuff. Look at that. That's cool too. That's a cool hoodie. Yeah, that's a cool hoodie. Lots of sparkles. Like I said, there's so much sparkly right now. Tons and tons of diamond sparkly look. So this is kind of cool, these pop-up stands. There's a lot of this African art. And I noticed they had some of these over at Epcot too. So they've got some of these like just African art stands.
What about you? What do you like to do?
We're gonna go check out the gorillas. This is the Gorilla Exploration Trail. But I think these are really pretty too. For freshwater fish, they're so bright and tropical looking. They're so pretty. Hopefully it shows up on the camera. Comes right here. Check it out. How about that? Okay, this is always a good sign. When you see this many people up against the windows, that means the gorillas are right here. He's gonna go bug that. Oh, look. He's stealing some lettuce from his dad. Okay, so he just said that little dude over there is almost 4. This one here is 6. So we got a 4-year-old over there. So I was off a little bit. So that's a 4-year-old stealing lettuce from his dad. And then this is a 6-year-old. And then that one is You say 14 or 15? 15 years old on that one, and then the other one, that's the mom over there, 32. It's in the corner. So 32-year-old, 16-year-old. We got a 6-year-old, and then the little 4-year-old. Some of the fun little hidden gems as you're walking past if you're not paying attention. Cute Mickey on there. I love coming on the back side of the Tree of Life because of that view right there. It's so pretty. The waterfall's coming off the back. Probably get a little bit better picture over here. Wait for it, and there it is. I absolutely love that shot right there. Love it. All right, we are gonna head into the Maharajah Jungle Trek. So we are just totally taking it easy today. All right, so those are the fruit bats up there. So that's what those guys are. You can see them hanging upside down in the trees. Kind of cool to see them. Good old fruit bats. Okay, so what we can see back there, those are some water buffalo.
Whoa! Whoa!
Kind of cool back there. They got the little baby tiger. That's what we were looking at, was the baby tiger. He just was asleep. Okay, so one of the things that like one of the tips I would always be watching for the wait times, because they are changing all the time. So here we are, just trying to avoid some of the crowds. And I always have said the safari, even though there's not as many animals as active in the hot heat of the day, it's a toss-up. You could wait like an hour and a half to get through the safari to see maybe just a few more animals, or you can wait till the afternoon and the wait times die way down, and you still get a pretty good safari in. So right now it is 1 o'clock and the safari ride just died down to 20 minutes. So we're gonna head across over there, assuming that it's not going to change in the 5 minutes it's gonna take us to walk over there. We're gonna try and do the safari next. So just always be watching the wait times, because when we first got here it was at about 55 minutes, then it dropped to 45, now it dropped clear down to 20. So we're gonna go try our hand at safari, 20 minutes. So, and I should say, one of the things that I always do when I come here, I very, very seldom get the lightning lane. And that's partly because I do have an annual pass and I'm able to come here several times a year. And so I'm able to take advantage of kind of some of these tricks and wait until some of it dies down. Kind of like, you know, like the fireworks, when the fireworks are going. I've seen the fireworks a lot, so I can skip it and hit some of the rides when everybody's watching the fireworks. But one of the things that I do recommend is if you don't have an annual pass and you're not able to do it kind of the way that we're doing it, or the way that I'm doing it, I definitely recommend the lightning lane. If you have a party, you know, a larger party especially, it's just so much easier to just, you know what, you're at Disney, it's going to cost you a lot of money anyway. A little bit more is not that much to be able to enjoy seeing all of it, because there's just too much to do if you only have just a few days in the parks. And so that is one way to really make sure that you're able to see a lot of stuff, because a lot of these attractions are really long wait times. And so if you come and do the big stuff, I mean, you're going to spend your entire day just waiting in line. Okay, we are next up at the safari. Okay, so that was a really good use of time So that ended up being about 20 minutes is how long it took to get on the safari. So if you just kind of watch, a lot of times they'll have a posted wait time of like 25 or 30 minutes. A lot of times it's a little bit faster than that, so it can vary a little bit. All right, we are heading down. We did a mobile order at Satuli. We're gonna go grab our favorite chicken bowl. And so we're gonna head and get some of that real quick and get a little bit of lunch, and then we'll see where the day takes us after that. But here is Pandora as we come into Pandora. Okay, once again, this is the chicken bowls. This one has the noodles, or you can have the rice and beans. So we got one of each. It does come with a refillable fountain soda, and you can get the water, and then we always get extra. That's the creamy herb dressing, and then that's the onion vinaigrette. Okay, so we were just watching, and this just went from a 70-minute wait time, and it just went down to 40 minutes. I will say, if nothing else, the air conditioning feels absolutely fantastic. And I always look at that and think, oh, there's a refillable water station right here in the middle of the ride, so that's cool. Gotta love all the effects in here with all of the bioluminescence. Okay, so we jumped on Flight of Passage. I'm so glad that we did, because that ended up being about a 45-minute wait, which is exactly what it said, so it was pretty true to the wait time. Like, that was such a great experience because they had all the effects going today. So they had the water features, getting splashed on your face, they had all the smells going, and it seemed like a little bit longer than usual. So anyway, I was really happy with that. I'm so glad that we did that. So much fun. It was raining a little bit when we were in there, and we came out, and it's not raining, so we must have missed the rain. It's just very humid and damp now. So anyway, now we're gonna go on to the next adventure, because that was worth it. That was fun. So fun. All right, look, there's blue skies up there, but everything else is wet. So we totally lucked out, I think. After being in the air conditioning, you come out and it just like wraps around you. Okay, so we're heading out of Animal Kingdom, and I just wanted to show you again how you find the car. So your car locator is pretty easy. So you pull up the My Disney Experience app, just like this. So you scroll down till you see car locator, which is right here under getting around, and it pulls up. That's where we're parked, Giraffe 229. So if this day didn't get any more crazy, we're actually just heading into the Polynesian just for the fun of it. And I will tell you why we are doing this. Okay, so we were actually parked at the Ticket and Transportation Center, and we ended up being they put us to the farthest place we possibly could, and literally right across the street is Polynesian. So we just walked here. It was 10 times faster than trying to go to the Ticket and Transportation Center to jump on the monorail. So we just came to the Polynesian. We'll just kind of check things out a little bit here, and then we're just going to jump on the monorail here. It literally was like less than maybe a 5-minute walk to get here. So anyway, why not? We're just checking it out here. Now we're here. So anyway, yeah, still on our way to Magic Kingdom, but just by way of Polynesian. It's pretty cool. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. They are doing some refurbishment and renovating of the Boutique E. So they've got this all boarded up, but it still is open, but it's just like half of the store. So you can see they've got this boarded up like all the way along. So at least it's open, but I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. So this whole half of the store is closed. Okay, it is such a nice evening. It is just before 6, and you can maybe see the top of the castle clear out there. We decided we're gonna just keep walking. We're gonna go check out the Grand Floridian before we head over to the Magic Kingdom, but this is such a cool shot there's Space Mountain over there and Tron, and then you can just barely see the top of the castle. I don't know if you can see that over there, but there it is. Okay, so we just came into the lobby of the Grand Floridian, and they're doing construction in here as well. Look at all these boarded up areas here. They're doing construction. We're gonna head up and maybe we can look down and see what they're doing behind the walls. So let's head up the stairs, because you can see they are, like, this entire lobby area is under construction. And I don't know what it is they're working on, but all the way around. Okay, as we come up the stairs, there's not a lot behind the walls. I mean, there's some scaffolding and some other things, but there's really not a lot to see behind there. So I don't know. We'll get up here and see if we can look down under, you know, down onto behind the walls. So they're probably working on the flooring, because there's no flooring in there. Okay, so even the monorail is kind of, they've got you coming over on this side to get onto the monorail. So it's still kind of set up the same. Out here, it's the same. But here's the monorail. We're gonna try and hurry and get on this one real quick.
Our next stop, Magic Kingdom. If you're standing along the silver railroad, please do not lean against those automatic doors. Thank you. Have a lovely evening and a good night.
You can't jump the track.
Right, they all stay on this inner loop. There's an inner loop that they go on. That's fine while you're here at Mexico.
Okay, so that worked out really, really slick. So yes, it did take us a little bit longer to get here, but we did some sightseeing and that was really fun. It's always fun to go into the Polynesian and then the Grand Floridian. It's always fun to see what's going on over at those resorts. But we timed that thing just perfect, jumping on the monorail, and now we're here at the Magic Kingdom, and it dumps us right off at the front gate. And we're gonna go in and have just an awesome evening. Although, check out what's behind. Check out what's above back there. Does that not look dark and gross? Hopefully we don't have a repeat of last night. That was crazy. Lots of wind, rain, but we're prepared if it does. And either way, we're gonna make the most of it. We wanna go have some fun, Haunted Mansion, all that good stuff. Hi.
Like behind me?
There it goes. Thanks. And then boom, boom, boom. Celebrate. All right. Okay, we're in. I don't know how crowded it is tonight. I did not look at any of the wait times. We just showed up. It is supposed to be open till 10 tonight. Last night they canceled the fireworks because of weather, and I'm hoping they don't do that tonight. So hopefully this will all be gone here in a couple hours, and we'll be able to enjoy a perfect evening here. So. All right, so posted 20-minute wait time. It is 9 minutes right now, and we are the next boat.
Your voyage, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside
Up on the table.
And please,
So up there is one of those cool popcorn buckets. I'm telling you, they are everywhere. I am so happy I got one. I'm so happy I got one. They're so cool. Welcome to the happiest cruise that ever sailed. So we're having good luck. There's a lightning storm right now, and it has closed any attraction that has anything to do with outside. Whether it's Dumbo, Autopia, Goofy's Barnstormer, even Jungle Cruise has been closed for right now. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is also closed. So any of those rides are down right now because of a lightning storm. However, we're jumping into PhilharMagic, and it's only a 15-minute wait. So it's just until the next show. So we're gonna hurry and do that, and we'll see what else we can do. Okay, so for dinner tonight, we're gonna go to Pecos Bill, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. Now this is a great place to come and get a kid's meal because it's like $8 and something cents. I'll find out exactly. But you get a good portion, plus you get 2 sides. So you can get side of rice, side of beans, or you get a double fries, you know, that kind of thing. And then it comes with a small drink. So it's not a bad deal for $8.50. It's $8.49 for the kids' meals. Okay, so what we got is that's the chicken bowl, chicken and rice bowl. And then that's the kids' chicken and rice. So that's kind of the difference between the kids and the adult portion. And then we ordered a side of guacamole. And then this over here is a side of queso. Then of course we got some water. And then the kids' meal comes with 2 sides. So I just got 2 fries. And then it comes with a drink. So I just got a soda. So that is what we got tonight. It's not bad for what it is. Okay, I just want to get a little bit of footage of this. There is a little bit of rain coming down right now, and everybody is waiting for the fireworks to start. But you see that flash of light, you know that there's lightning in the area, and a lot of the things are closed right now at different attractions. But that's not stopping people from lining up right here for the chance of the fireworks. But I am I'm very curious to know if they're going to cancel it or actually do it tonight. I'm not sure. Last night they canceled all the fireworks. It was a little bit worse than it is now, but it definitely could be canceled tonight. But in the meantime, what we're gonna do is we're trying to get across over to Tomorrowland where the flashing of lights is, and we're gonna try and go do like Laugh Floor. So our hope is to get over here before it really starts to downpour, and we're gonna go try and jump into Laugh Floor before that's like the last one of Laugh Floor for the night. So we're gonna head in there right now. All right, here is Monsters Laugh Floor. I am pretty sure that this is gonna be the last one. The last fast pass, or the last lightning lane posted tonight is 8:50, and it is 8:55. So I'm pretty sure that it's going to be the last show of the night. So 9 o'clock, I think, is the last showing of Laugh Floor. When we were here the other night, it closed. The park closes at 10, and it was closed by the time we came over here. So I think this is the last one. So it is a little bit rainy, as you know. So we're just kind of avoiding the rain. I've not gotten any notification yet about the fireworks being canceled tonight, so we'll see if we get out of here. It should be just about the time of fireworks. So anyway, here we go. Making the best of what we've got to work with. The mornings have been absolutely gorgeous, as you know, but then the last couple days, the afternoons have been crazy. So it gets crazy rain and all that. So anyway, here we are at Laugh Floor.
Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. That's very nice. Made that kid next to you very happy. Hi everyone, I'm Buddy Boyle. How's everybody doing? Woo! I haven't seen this Mike Wazowski. He's gonna be out here very soon. I came out first. Quick check. Do we have any other mics in the house? Raise your hand if your name is Mike, please. Anybody named Mike? We got a guy in a blue shirt raising their hand, a kid raising their hand, a guy's twirling a hat. I don't know if that means he's Mike or he's just getting his hat dry. That completes our mic check. Mic check. The mic.
Like Uncle Mikey, I figured a good start would be to tell the jokes with humans sent in. You guys want to hear them? Let me hear you scream! You know what? Whenever Uncle Mikey went to MU, he learned if you have the right partner, you can do anything. I need a comedy partner. Who wants to be my comedy partner and help me out with some jokes? You know what? I gotta talk to this kid over here. Yeah, he's like in a gray shirt and, yeah, he's like, whoa! He's got my Uncle Mike on his shoe. Did you see that? That was really cool. Well, I guess you could say Uncle Mike Wazowski has a lot of soul. Yeah. Hi, I'm Marty. What's your name?
Levi.
Hi, Levi. Hey, Levi, help me out with some jokes. I got one for Rob, and Rob's from Virginia. Rob wants to know what is blue and smells like red paint. You know what it is?
No,
It's blue paint. Got another one, Levi. This one is sent in from, this is from Harrison in Kentucky. Harrison wants to know, why did the bicycle fall over? You know why the bicycle fell over? It was too tired. Got another one, too. This one's from Zach in Kentucky. Zach wants to know, why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants? Wait, is that Zach right there? Is that Zach? Oh, that's awesome! Well, okay, Zach, go ahead and tell your joke.
Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants?
I don't know why.
In case he gets a hole in one.
You guys are really great comedy partners. Hey, help me out with my last joke. You ready? Knock, knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange, you glad we didn't forget about Pecos?
Okay, so here's your update. It is 9:20 on the dot. Happily ever after fireworks is supposed to be starting right this second. Okay, so I don't know what's really happening, but we got right here without even waiting. So we just walked right up to the front of the castle, and it's 9:25. It's 5 minutes after it's supposed to have started, and everybody's still hanging out. They haven't made an announcement yet. So I don't know if it's going or not, but either way, we got an amazing view of the fireworks if that's the case. We'll see. So no fireworks, but we are heading into Haunted Mansion with only a 20-minute wait. And it is raining really hard now. So we are all bundled up in our ponchos.
Our library is well stocked with priceless first editions, only ghost stories, and marvel busts of the greatest ghost writers the literary world has ever known. They have all been
Okay, so this is really crazy. So we were just walking out from Haunted Mansion. It's now 10 o'clock, so the park is officially closed. However, there's still people hanging around for this fireworks, and they just announced, they said, tonight it's been delayed. So thank you for being patient, it's just being delayed. But look, there is like nobody here. So if they really do this, this is like the perfect chance to get like the perfect place to sit. Or stand, I should say, if you can brave the weather, because there's really just not that many people here. A lot of people have given up. Crazy. Okay, so here's the update. It is open, but it's extra magic hours. It's not posted anywhere, so I don't know if they just changed anything or how it all worked tonight, but there was no posted hours of like extra magic hours. But that's what's happening. They left it open for resort guests that are staying on property. So that's what's going on. It is actually truly closed tonight, but they did make an announcement that they might still do fireworks. But we'll see. That's kind of where we're at. So it's a very rainy, dreary kind of night, but officially everything has closed unless you get to stay on property. So this is what it looks like with very few people still left in the park, but off we go. And of course, the second we jump on the monorail and start heading out, what starts? The fireworks. So it is pretty cool seeing it from the monorail here as we're heading out, but those who stayed, there was hardly anybody left in the park, so it was kind of like a personalized fireworks show for them. Okay, so we just rode the monorail Instead of the transportation and ticket center, we rode it to the Polynesian, and I'll show you why. Where we are parked, we're actually closer to the Polynesian monorail stop than if we were to have gone to the TTC. So this little path here, I'll show you. So there's the monorail station there in the front lobby of Polynesian. You just follow this path that's right here, and we're just gonna follow this right out and around underneath the monorail, and then we're gonna end up right at the where the parking lot is. But it is so much closer if you're parked on this side. Okay, so yeah, here we are across, just around the corner. This literally, there's the entrance into the Polynesian, and this right here, once it turns white, there we go, we can walk. This is where we're parked. Okay, so this is actually Woody. So if you park in Woody, I think the Polynesian is even closer. Yeah, so you can just go across that. If you're parked in Woody, if you're parked in Simba, it's way faster just to go there, in my opinion. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We've had a really fun day. Started out not really having much of a plan, but you can see how much we accomplished. So sometimes it's just fun to not have a plan and just whatever happens, happens. Now, there is going to be rainy days. That's just how it is here in Orlando. Every time we come, there's at least 1 or 2 days that just rain, and just plan for it. I will leave a description down below for those ponchos that I just love. They're only $1 a piece. You can buy a whole bunch of them and just toss them at the end of the night. So obviously right now you can see it stopped raining. We chucked the ponchos. We didn't even want to bring those wet things back with us. It's just not worth it. So chuck the ponchos, all that good stuff. Now we're just heading back. We are done for the day. Gonna go get some rest for another day tomorrow. So like I said, if you did like this, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, because we are having so much fun here. It's hard not to have fun when you're in a place like this. You know, we really told a story today. So thanks again for being here, and we will see you on the next video.